Would you like to go through the tutorial? No, I wouldn't. Can you just skip this, please? There we go. Machine design. Let's just get rid of all of this stuff. So yeah, I am back doing another one of these again. I have to kind of try and see round my perfect grade red frame at the comments. I've been building up the inner frame for it and the real grade Wing Zero, so... Oh, that was one I didn't show you guys. A while back I was going to stream it, but I ended up just making it anyway. What was it? Load. There we go. Let's load up my Zero wannabe here. Did anyone submit one? I think Mecha did a while back on Twitter. I just need to actually look round for stuff. I've been really busy recently. So here's my attempt at the anime version of Wing Zero that you can actually use in game. It's got the two long buster rifles. So then we've got the boost mode here where the shoulder vents come down, and we've got the way the wings work is very similar. So we end up with this kind of result when it's boosting, and when it's not, it just folds up and kind of clips through its arms. See, the way that it works is that it's all tied into this system where it has rotating joints and 90-degree bends in it. It's ridiculously complicated, to say the least. The worst part about making it, how do you pose the mech? You can pose it like flying by pressing W and E, I think it is. Like if I press W, it's normal, but if I press E, it should go shooting off, or at least that's what it says. Or is it Q and W? Let's have a look here. I've not done this for a while. Press H. No. I want to know how to pose. There we go. So Q and W are motion, and then minus resets it, I think. Yeah. Okay, so minus is a standing pose. Q is like light boosting, and W is like really going for it. And then as you can see, all these little joints in here open up. Hang on, let's try and get a better look on that. There ain't no sound. I hope there is. Let's try and raise the volume a little bit. Hope you guys can hear that. I want to kind of equalize it so it's decent. Just buzzing. Oh no. That'll be the microphone. Sound check for anyone who's in stream, just in case. I don't want anyone to have problems, and I don't want to listen back to it later and it'd be totally bad. I did boost the microphone recently, so that might be it. Hang on. Let's try seeing if I don't boost it, because I boosted it for when we did the other games on the Xbox. Hang on. Properties. Oh, it's fine. Sounds good, but no music. Right, let's increase the music a little bit, because we like that music. I like the jazz that it has. Let's try and boost that up. Hope that's alright for you in stream. I would make a Twitter account, but I don't really feel like making one. Yeah, I know what you mean. I hardly use Twitter properly anyway. I just like stuff that other people put up. But yeah, anyway. Onto Wing Zero. So it's got these two joints that have to open, just like the one off the cartoon, but it also has to rotate them slightly. So basically the rotation joint is there, then we've got the shields that we love using so much, and then one of the other shield joints, plus one of the thrusters, and two boosters that are attached to, I think it's one of the data load sections, and then an energy tank up top. It took a long time to figure this out. like I was saying, I messed around with it loads, and in the process it actually deleted one of the wings, which I was not happy about. Then for the rest of it, I had to go minimalistic because of the way that it looks. So instead of going crazy, what I did was I just added the thrusters to everything else, did the data load sections on there, and then did long rifles, and it had enough that I could use it as well. So you can see those open up, those come down. That's about it for articulation, and everything else. It looks like a Gundam ripoff. That's because it's meant to be. So the whole point about today's stream is that I want to try and do inspiration from other things. So for instance, first inspiration I had here, let's just try and... oh, it's going to be awkward trying to flip through the reference that I've got here. What I wanted to try and do is do designs based on other things. So for instance, let's get 0 and delete it all. Because what I wanted to do was try to do one of the mecha from Aldnoah 0, the Ion Titan from Titanfall, and the Gurren from Code Geass. I just kind of choosing random machines that I like the look of, and decided that it would be really cool if I could at least manage one of them. So let's try some of the presets here and then just delete the rest. It's not doing it because it exceeds the maximum data limit, so we'll just oh, come on. This is what happens when you try and delete one thing and it just messes up everything. Come on. Save and load. I would like to load the lowest value weapon that I've got, which is the longbow, which is the transformable weapon that I made. Yes. Now can I exit and save? There we go. Thought I was stuck there for a moment. Right, so we're gonna have to work on the actual machine first. Has anyone made the mecha from Knights of Sidonia? I am not sure. I'll have to attempt it at some point. So what I'm going to do is to save getting that error again, I'm going to load one of the other ones that I had previously. So like for instance White Glint there, because that was a really bad one. That was one of the starting ones. If you're on the phone, you have to restart and do the app. Good job I'm not on the phone then. I can't wait till this comes out on the PC. So what we're going to do is we'll try the Gurren first. The Gurren's a red colour. So it's kind of like a pinkish red. So we're going to try and get it that colour. So I'll add a little bit of blue into it and then drop the red slightly. Drop the green heavily. It's about the kind of... There we go. Light colour for the Gurren. I think it's yellow if I remember rightly. Could be wrong. Let's just check the reference quickly. Oh, there's no shots of the eyes up close. That moment where you really want good reference. Oh, there we go. Nope, nope, it's blue. It's blue, so that's fine. All I'm after is for making that huge claw arm on the side of it. But to do that, I'm going to have to mess around. Right. So, of course, we can't get it to look amazing, but we can do something that looks similar. So, for instance, what I want to try doing is try getting it so that when we attach parts to this arm, the claw thing comes over the top of it. So most of the design will be on this side. So what we can do is we can put one of these up here first. Then we'll start with the armor parts. This is probably going to look crazy for ages. Especially because I'm just experimenting at the moment. Because I want small armor parts for the top. And then I can work down. Especially because I want to pose it as well. I suppose I can always use that. that actually works. It's always good when you're trying to get stuff to look kind of similar. To just have a very good mess around and see what happens. Let's go joints. Gotta remember how everything works now. I'm going to be using a lot of these extra joints that rotate. That goes alongside it a little bit better. We'll just, because that was 90, we'll put it at 75. Then the idea is to put something across here so that when everything is lining up, it goes just the right way you want it. Try making a perfectly symmetrical mech. No, we did that ages ago. I like symmetry. Everybody gets triggered by asymmetry. I did that for ages. And I just realised, does this have a graphical bug in it or something? Because I just saw what appeared to be like black dots all over that part then. Yeah, it's happening again. I don't know whether that's the game or not. I don't think I've noticed that before. It's weird. That has me wondering whether there's something up with my graphics card now. Right. What I'm going to do is put... Yeah, there's something definitely wrong there. Oh no, wait, I just remembered. It might be the way it's rendering things. Hang on. It was the display for the graphics section. If we go to exit for a moment, and we go to, what was it, display, and then change lighting, what was it, G and F? Oh no, that was all the crazy effects. Reset pose, confirm animation, camera settings. There we go, light. It might be something to do with the light. Background color, depth of field. I think it was 2 that I've always had mine on, although I can't be sure. We'll just see if it happens again. Oh. I swear it was happening again though. Is it just those text boxes? I'm not entirely sure. Looks like it might just be a graphical issue. That is way too big to go there. So we'll put something... I don't know, looks kind of okay, but not good enough. I mean, I can put the shield there, but... Let's see, it was joints. Let's add these joints either side so we can put more on it. Then we can get really interesting with this. So we can do... Oh! Didn't mean to do that. Thing is, it's funny when you can hide a piece on the inside like that and then rotate it outwards. Some trickery of the parts here. Just gotta make sure that's on the right bit. Yes, it is. So now that's hidden in there. Oh yeah. Designing weapons in this is an absolute nightmare. I remember telling you guys about it the last time. It's an absolute ridiculous thing to attempt. I remember saying a while back, you know, like doing weapons was utterly crazy. and that you should only attempt it when you've got a good grasp of what the system is for at least making stuff, but it's so hard because the limitations are a lot more apparent. Right, so we got that. Let's see here, what happens if I add... No, we still got those problems with the graphics. Can see them there slightly. It's weird. Very weird. I'm trying to decide on what I want now for this hand thing. Because I know people online have made hands that look really good, but this is probably going to look really bad. Because it's my first time having to go at hands. This will be an experience, just to say the least. I'm thinking if I can get something that looks even remotely like a claw, I'll be happy. Even if it's like 3-pronged. Like for instance that there. I can get that kind of looking like a claw there if I take that and rotate it 180. Then rotate that. You'll see this come to life in a little bit. What the hell are you trying to make? I'm trying to make a claw. You'll see what I'm doing. I just need to make sure that everything is facing the right way. So for instance, everyone's like, what are you doing? We can actually go ahead and put energy tanks on here. Oh, come on. So we got this giant 4-fingered claw thing. If we rotate this just a little bit more, doesn't look as bad. You just got to get it looking right. We got this giant claw hand thing, and now we can rotate it. There we go. That was something I never expected to build. What's even funnier is I've still got lots of room for messing around on it and customizing it. So for instance, we can patch up some of this armor. I love the way the menu just gets in the way there. Let's try and get rid of that there. If I can put something else in the way that isn't too intrusive, that'd be really nice. Okay, that's not too bad. So I've got this like really huge armed mech. Let's try boosting with it. Oh, it doesn't have a boost, I just remembered. So if we try and pose this now, I think... Oh, we can't pose it because it's in this menu. Let's try this. Just for a laugh. I just need to make sure that it doesn't look too bad. Okay, that. Oh, the arm there. That's the only problem, is the actual arm. If this moved properly with the other arm, it'd be so cool. But instead it doesn't, and it makes me cry inside. I suppose we could get it to move with that. Because what I did was I tried lining it up with the gun. There's got to be some way of doing that. I love the way it's almost like a ballerina there. I mean, you can see the gun hidden in there. Maybe if I try changing the direction of it a little bit more, because clearly the gun is more to the side. Maybe if I add an extra joint to that will help me move it around a little bit. That would be better than just kind of leaving it there. Let's see. If I put that there and then take this entire arm off, rotate it to the torso for the moment, and then stick it back there, that means that I can then mess around with this. So I've got extra posability, so now I can hopefully do something that looks kind of decent. Give it a really big gun for that arm. I'm just hoping that for most of the poses it doesn't work. It's like that one that it only just works. That moment where you want it to be kind of cool and have this ridiculous looking pose, and instead, because the way the rig works, it's just like, no. That'd be so cool if that worked, though. Like, for instance, because we have a load of rotating joints in it, we can mess around with it, especially when it's boosting. So, for instance, when boosting, we can have it so the joint is up. Hang on. Oh no. We'd have to add another joint into that and it would go out even further. What we can do is mess around with this and have it so that the arm swings for no reason and then slides on. I could even add a rotating joint into this so it rotates to the back. So for instance, with this, let's see, if I add it there, rip off the arm for the moment, it's got an arm attached to its butt now. Where's the rotating joint? There it is. I would like the arm to be attached back to the joint properly, please. Oh, come on. I love the way it's refusing to do it now. It's just like, no, we know what you're trying to do. I would like to attach this the right way, please. Oh, God damn it. That moment where you really want to make a huge arm for your robot, and the engine's working against you. It's like I put all that other armor on the right hand side and it's just not having it now. I really should have saved this. Oh, excuse me. I suppose I could just transfer the entire arm to the other side, because that's still able to move like that, so I can just, and then rotate it. There we go. Now I just need to make sure this is positioned properly. I don't get this. All I did was add a rotation. You should not mess it up this much. Here's where everything is slowly going downhill. I should have really just put a rotation joint in the wrist. Oh, where is everything? I want to know why the graphics card is seemingly giving it some visual errors. Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up beyond belief. That's not salvageable either, so I'm going to have to delete that one, unfortunately. My current build's messed up. Not happy about that one. I wish I could have saved that one, by the way, because that was pretty awesome. But at least I know I can do that again in future. So what we'll do is we'll try and do the next one. So the next one is trying to change it into one of the machines from Aldenoa Zero. So we're gonna We're going to give it the trainer paint design, even though it really doesn't need it. Subcolor was white for it. Yeah, that should be it. Delete everything and make a giant crouch cannon. So what I'm looking at here, oh boy, this one's going to be hard. So I'm going to make everything look kind of blocky, and then give it leg boosters. Trying to see past my perfect grade red frame is really hard. I'm going to turn it on its side. There we go. Okay, so machine design. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a load of these joints that I keep using, the orange ones, because they help when it comes to attaching lots of other parts. So for instance, I can have 2 of those, but it'll give me 4 points to attach to. So the idea is to make this thing as blocky as possible. Maybe not there because of how that works. I'm definitely going to put that there for a backpack. If I do that there, I can camouflage the head slightly. Then I can do this whole deal. Because its backpack is kind of blocky from what I've seen. What little I've seen of the anime. Right. So let's try and get these feet blocked out. Armor. That can be the kneecap armor. That's already been established. That can go up there. Yep. It's already filled out that portion. Might be a little bit too blocky at the moment. I'm just really roughing it here. Not that one. I always have trouble with this. I select one and then select the opposite one that's completely wrong. So let's see. Joint. Let's add another one on the back. Because I might be able to use these more. Try to see if I can somehow mess around with these joints to put them in positions that would be more advantageous to me, especially with 2 more attachment points there. It's all a case of just seeing what you can get away with and how many attachment points you can get, because at the end of the day it's all fine and dandy as long as you have enough modules on it. Anubis from Zone of the Enders. Oh, that'd be good. Oh, those feet look terrible at the moment. Let's try and do something about that. Meanwhile, let's see. One that side. Same one but rotated this way the other side. Can I actually put the shield down there, but it's too bulky. Way too many connection points. It's quite easy to make connection points just all over the place with one of those. Thing is, it really does kind of just blend in with everything, which is good. It's kind of what you want. What I'm after is something that will go there. That looks kind of decent. Like, we've got boosters all over the place that we can use, or thrusters. I can always use like one of these thrusters in the back. Throw that in the back there, that looks pretty cool. And that'll help with the data load as well. I'm just trying to think if I want anything, because I can get those to go on the front if I positioned them properly, and then that could double up his feet. So, let's see here. Joints. If I mess around with more of these. I saw a goof off build that took up the entire screen. I love it when people mess around with builds. Especially like the ones that I showed off from Twitter where there was a dragon. That just had me being like, what? They're not viable for the game. But, oh, that was amazing. See, now what I need is another joint there. So if I go joint, and then go, oh, let's have a look here. Can I go triple the... Okay, so that works. I can go triple there. Then I can go, what's it, thrusters. This is going to have to be patched up like really well. I've never actually made feet on one of these mechs before, so this is going to be a bit of a task in itself. Let's try and camouflage that with... This is all about how good you can make the thing look. Doesn't look too bad. It could be better, but this is a really lazy build. I just realised that isn't rotated as much. You get the idea though. So yeah, shell endurance like crazy in those legs. Huge feet. I've not been able to drop the size of those feet. The armor doesn't help either. The armor really does not help at this point. Although suppose you could sacrifice all of that and just do these if you had them on, say, these joints. Hang on. Let's experiment with this and see what happens. Because if you did something like this, 90, and then went armor, that actually doesn't look too bad. You could even put another joint in there to make it look a little bit more convincing. Let's see here. Just falls on its ass due to lack of heal. Yep. No heals. Should just make a mech that's just all heals. That'd be amusing. So that looks kind of passable. Especially if I just throw that there. Oh. Could be better, could be worse. So now we just got to build on the rest of it. Yeah, they're all floating, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but, you know, just like it to at least work a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this big backpack. What I might do is, because of the way the mech's working, Aldano 0, might have this pointed down so it camouflages in and just makes the silhouette look a little bit cleaner. So if we do this... Oh. That was an animation joint. Did not want that. So it's pointed down, so we got this big booster, which should make the speed go up considerably. Oh no, it makes it go down, because I need thrusters. Right, so let's go... Then all I need to do is cover that up, really. Let's see about thrusters here. Give it all boosters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these data load portions on and use those for sections in the backpack. I've got 30 parts to play with. then what I can do is I can use the armor portions here, especially the shields, to block in this backpack. Make it look a little bit more squared off. Right, I just realised I need to do the bottom portion as well with the other thrusters on, so that's going to require another joint there. I need to square off these shoulders, so that's going to require these armour parts just a little bit. Imagine if your mech had to be rebuilt manually every time it's destroyed. I would cry. I really would. Joints, let's see here. If I can put a joint in between there that makes those get camouflaged, that'd be really nice. Like for instance, let's put that. Nope, that ain't working. Maybe. Just maybe. Because of how these joints work. Oh, wait a minute. What am I on about? If I do that, I've got two other joints there to play around with. Oh, there goes the backpack. That's what happens when you start messing around with stuff and then all of a sudden it just decides, you know what, let's just play around with you. Still think it's funny, you can mess around with the head by adding joints to it. I've got those two there. Suppose I could always add these two to the top and run those along. Let's see how this looks. Armor. Nah, this is probably going to look absolute crap. Let's run boosters along there instead. So we'll put boosters on the inside. Oh. Don't know what's up with that graphical bug break. Better not be my graphics card giving out on me, because I actually need it. Right, so far we got this crazy boost pack. I'm going to need more boosters on here. I need me some boosters. Right, let's have a look. Could always put some on the back of the feet. Or where you can't see them, like for instance, in that leg joint. Doesn't give me any more speed. That's kind of funny. Okay, the backpack doesn't look too bad. What I need to do is figure out this thruster problem. Because the speed is not going up whatsoever. Speed's, well, it is now, but speed 150. Right. So if I try and put this there. 120, acceleration 28. So this isn't going too bad so far, and I've managed to camouflage those inside there. So it keeps the build relatively clean. Let's see. I wonder if I can increase the turning by adding these in here. Let's boost and see what happens. Yeah. That's nicely camouflaged. So cornering 4.3. I need better cornering, to be honest. It's always fun trying to make a build that's viable. Oh. That doesn't look too bad. Was that a large or a small? Can't quite tell. I'm going to assume it was a large. There we go. Hey Moody, remember in the anime where the cataphracts have wings on the legs that fold out? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do now with the next couple of parts. Like, that's what those are supposed to be technically, but I didn't get too much into it. I was too busy trying to offset the stats. So what I'll do is I'll put them there now that everything's camouflaged. What I can do is I can improve the energy output though. Like for instance, let's see here. Trying to figure out where to put the energy tanks. I can put one there, but it would look awkward. I suppose I could put them there. It's kind of camouflaged by the legs. How does that look if I press animate so far? Because I've still got to go over the whole deal of messing around with the data load. Is this a dystopian death race future? Hey, it could be. So what I'm going to do is, because I know I'm probably not going to get the folding section done, I'm just going to try and see if I can get these joints done as good as possible. So that will give me access to 2 more points on the inside and 1 on the outside. Let's see, which way does that rotate? Let's find out. What I'm going to have to do is do this armor. Let's say I want that like that for the moment. Which way does this rotate? Right. What I'll do is I'll do this with rotating joints. I'll try and get them done on the inside as well because of how this works. If I can do this within 10 joints, that would be really nice. So if I do that, and then have it so that the second piece... Oh, where did that come from? Oh boy, that moment when you're rotating, and all of a sudden you rip a part off and you don't know where it's from. Oh, it's from the foot there. Oh boy, I should really save this before I start implementing anything. Let's go ahead and exit that for a moment. When you theorize an entire game's story before it's released. Okay, so let's see. Sub. Oh, crap. Which one am I overwriting? Let's overwrite white glint because that was really bad. Save. Oh, I just remembered I need to rename. So let's rename this to trainer unit. And save. Save over white glint. Yes. You have a nickname, Jeff. Are you a fan of dead memes? Oh, no, no, no. It's a joke that I had way before that meme came along. Like, there we go, I've got Frank as well. And Bob. I know, it's just a name I've always found amusing, so I always spell it like that. And then that meme came along and now it's ruined everything.
It's not ruined everything, because we still have Jeff, and Jeff in the house.
Yeah, I just have a fascination for naming things Jeff like that. It's just amusing to me. So yeah, no dead memes. Background voices. Yep, that was my missus. Just trying to figure out how to do these legs now. Boosters. They're actually all in your head. Oh no. The only problem with this is I can't put these joints on in reverse. This one I'm not actually using, so there's no point having that. So that gives me a couple to work with. Trying to do these wings is really hard. Nah, I'm going to do them through this joint so it's least intrusive. I know they're supposed to be from the legs, but if I can do them from the waist section, it'd just be a little bit easier. So that's at 90. So what I can do is I can make it so they fold up into the backpack. $65? Okay. Right, so let's see here. Extension joint. I'm kind of feeling this as I go, so this is probably going to be really rough. I just realised I can put a rotation there. Oh god, I need to figure out somewhere. There we go, put that there for now. There we go. Can I still rotate that back? Yes, I can. So now, for instance, if I take that, I should be able to make those now. If I go ahead and put one of these joints on again, definitely. Then put, say, where the two top pieces are, if I go armor, like this, and then have this is going to be so tough to make with just another one of these. It was made up of so many parts. I'm going to have to figure this out. You use too much armor. Absolute connection cap for this is 70. So for instance, I think the best bet to emulate this now to save on this as well would be if I do one that way and then one from the other direction. And then do it the same over the other side. It kind of gives the same silhouette. And I might be able to do it within the amount of joints. If I'm incredibly lucky. Just realised I need to rotate that with the leg. Ah! There we go. So I had one there. I had a rotation joint there as well. That's why. Go on, I'll commit. I'll see if I can get the same thing going on this side. Are you making the wing segments? Yeah. I know they go on the legs, but I'm just trying to make it a little bit easier for me at the moment. If it even resembles remotely where it's meant to, then it's a victory. One, two, three, four. Oh no! I don't know whether I'm going to be able to make it. Let's find out. Here's where I end up having to completely redesign certain bits if I mess up. Oh no, no, there we go. Armor. I can manage it. If I do it this way. I love the way the speed and everything is just total crap. But that way. Yeah, see that's the thing, I wish I'd done them from the shin now. I mean, at least it's actually working. At least it looks somewhat similar. I can redesign it in future. Now the thing is getting the rest of it done up. So for instance, we've got quite good shield endurance, but the data load is terrible. Look at that. 16... I think, yes, 16,000 out of 18,000, so I can't have any really heavy weapons on it. I wish I'd designed that differently. Maybe. Because there are designs for it that don't have the wings on. Because the other variant of it doesn't. So for instance, if I go ahead and make that variant and add a small custom made backpack here, then what I can do is, this one won't be as accurate, but I can increase the data load. Oh, what is it? System, no, boosters, thrusters. What I need is a load of these. That's the only problem. If you want really good weapons, you've got to increase the data load loads. $24,000. I need another one. Let's try and shield this off so it looks a little bit better. Cornering has gone worse now, so we're going to have to deal with that. A little bit too intrusive on the design there, whereas this, if I put it back there, it's not as noticeable. So now we've got decent cornering. The energy is a bit crap. The shield endurance has gone down, so we're going to have to raise that slightly. So we've got this made up design at the back there, but at least it gives it a little bit more shielding. The energy's still down, the acceleration's down a little bit. I can fix that with a couple more thrusters that are decently placed. Let's see here. Max data load 1600. Oh no, I thought that was going to be a detriment to the design there, but that's not too bad. Can I? No, that clips through the... And that just cuts across it a little bit too much. Let's try and get rid of some of that there. That doesn't look too bad. That gives me more to work with. Boosters. There were small boosters that I could have on top here. Now you care about stats. Trust me, I've been kind of backwards and forwards between the stats. It's one of those things where I've been trying to make builds that actually look cool, but are actually a little bit more viable in game. Like for instance now with the data load, if we take all that off. There we go, so we got 29,000 to play around with. So that means that we can now have bigger weapons. So for instance, we could have the shotgun. We could have the sniper, the long buster. The sniper's pretty cool. Let's go with the longbow for the moment. And then see if we can put the sniper on as well. Okay, so there's the longbow. We still have a lot to play around with. The sniper takes up 4,000, so that's not too bad. I might give it the Gatling gun, actually. The one that takes up the most is the shotgun. Honestly thought that had wrecked everything then for a moment, but it hasn't. There we go, so we got the sniper rifle from Bob. For anyone who didn't see that build, that was kind of Gundam inspired. So there we got the sniper rifle, and I've still got quite a lot to mess around with. So let's see. Save and load. Is there any real points we're doing to stats now? I doubt that in the trial game they're gonna combine it with the full game. No, there isn't. It's just fun to try and make something in the meantime that mixes with it. I could use the shotgun there, but let's go tri-barrel. I just like the look of the tri-barrel. I'm gonna have to make myself like a machine gun style thing that isn't a minigun for the mech here, but at least I've got plenty to play around with and it doesn't look too bad. So now if I go to designer and go to save and load, and I put that there, because it's not the proper unit, we're gonna have to repaint it. So in universe, the other unit is kind of this greyish green colour. It's not olive drab, which is kind of weird. It's got kind of a bit of blue on it. It's almost like that. Can't tell because of the display here. Hang on. What was it? Driving motion? No. I want the lighting. Where's the lighting? Photo mode. Z parameter details. Driving motion. FG. Change pose. Confirm animation. Tab for the UI. Huh. It's only a matter of time before people find out about your tri-barrel is just a bunch of tubes with spikes on the end. No, no, no. Those are the actual system gun barrels. So you've got like the emitter there, and those are when you go into the system section. Those are energy sections. But those are just the joint extenders, and those are the actual gun barrels. It's funny because it does work, or it should work based on what the game says. So it's the same with that. The sniper rifle is a huge amplifier down the bottom, and then that is just a giant gun barrel with a energy container as a scope. Now let's see here. I'm still trying to figure out how to mess around with this photography mode and the lighting in general. G and F. I did it before. And there we go. background color. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Depth of field. Oh, because we really want a blurred mech. Depth of field distance 0, 0. Can you just go back to 0 for me? Oh, no, 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 no. 4. Oh, there we go. So that's kind of close. Needs to be a little bit more grey. Ah, that's closer. Okay, so if you go back, save that. It does have a different name. I'll just rename it in future. So now let's see how this looks with it animated now. So that's it boosting, kinda. That's it going full boost. Doesn't look too bad. And then we've got the boosters on the back. So that doesn't look too bad boosting at the moment. I actually like the design. It looks a little bit bulky, but it's funny because it kind of looks a little bit minimalistic when you look at it. I do like the way the silhouette of the legs has completely changed now, so it actually does look like it's got feet. So let's see what all these poses look like with this thing now. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is showing off the sniper rifle. 4. 4's just standing there. Bearing in mind the boosters are still open. 4, 5. 5's like that angel pose that you'll never catch this kind of thing doing. 6. Okay, that's looking pretty neat. I like the way that it's kind of got the foot coming up there a little bit. I don't know why it's got 2 rotation ones for behind it. I always like, I think it's 9. 9's always good to show off. Its foot slightly clips through that giant armor piece there that I've got. I really should have placed a joint on that and had that come up slightly. But no, I like the way that looks. We still haven't made the crotch cannon. No, I'll just leave him dancing. So there we go, default pose again. Or what was it, 3? 4, there we go. Oh, no. Don't want to press escape. No dancing allowed. Aw. Right, so the last one was, what, the Ion Titan? This is going to be a bit awkward. I need to change its face and the back primarily. So for anyone that's played Titanfall, you'll know. I've seen a fox eye with a carousel, and don't disappoint me by saying you can't top that. I've seen people do it. Honestly, I've seen people do the cannon. The cannon I'm referencing it as. It's Dave, he can hop. Just go completely crazy with the design. Just put all of the armor into just that. I'm glad everyone thinks that of me as well. I can always take things one step further. Okay, so let's delete everything here. Oh, whoa, whoa. I love the way I said that, and then next minute the window minimizes for no reason. Go on, I'll have a laugh. Because it's you guys. Yeah, that's true. Oh, no. Oh, god damn it. That moment where the game minimizes for absolutely no reason while you're trying to do things. I should just go crazy and make it like the most armored thing ever. Actually, what I should do instead of doing all of that is just see actually how far this thing can go. So for instance, if I keep doing this, then what I can actually do is put armor on that if I want, or I can just do 70 like that. Like let's just theoretically mess around with this and see how far this can actually go. This is just joints at the moment. I'd laugh. Oh no, no, there's an actual limit. It looks like the camera has a limit, but the building system doesn't. You can actually work around the building system's limit. Can you keep? Oh my god, that's amazing. You can just keep going. Can you actually keep adding to that? Can I? More? Yep, you can keep going. As long as the camera's facing it, you can keep going. I'm glad I found that out as well. Can I? Any more? Give it moving joints. I want to see just how far this will go. I'm curious to see whether it just disappears into the darkness, because it looks like it does. This is 24 long joints. Yep, there you can see it's just gone off into the darkness. Oh, it gets even better. Like, let's put it there for the moment and do what Heavy said, because... Oh, no, I just thought of something even better. Right? That's what we need to do. Heavy, this is something that I've got to dedicate to you, because this is hilarious. I just realised what I can do here. So we can do this. I took it one step further, right? Like normal. Because if I do that, and then go to the preview... Oh, I'm so immature. I wish it would go faster, it'd be even more funny. Yeah, I've not messed around with permanent rotation joints like this yet, so that was a new one. Oh, I just realised. I just realised it can get better. Because not only can I put that on that joint, but I can also have this joint too. So you can have the conditions for that being boost, and have that at there, and then we do that to, and set that to 3. And then when we exit, right, and then we go boost. Oh, there we go. He's flying full speed. And it's so huge, you can't see it because of the lighting. Let's see if we can change the lighting. Can we actually see where it goes? No, we can't. Background colour. Oh, there we go. Oh no, it goes off into... It goes off into the... There's got distant shadows. I don't like the way it's got distant shadows, it kind of ruins everything. want that. Oh, we've got... Wait, what was end? No, that's not good enough. So if we go... Joint... Can I get this just right? No, not that way. That was stupid. I was trying to increase the joint there, but the problem is it wouldn't look right. Because then you've got boost, and that would have to be start at 90 and end at 0, yeah? Okay. And then 3, and then... the 3... Oh no, 60... 0, boost. Right, so now if we go back, go designer, W, and then we go B, boost. Oh, none. And then boost. Just goes into the clouds, you never see it ever again. I love the way you can just keep adding, but technically you just can't see it anymore. Try and zoom in past the lens flare. Just get a close up of that there. Let's get some like really edgy. You should have that for the thumbnail. Just try and have that for the thumbnail and then just put, oh my god. You can even try and put it that way and just have that there. Just that as the thumbnail and just put the biggest mech ever on it. Just leave it as that. Still think it's funny that one of the Japanese fans did the exact same thing, but they designed like a giant cannon style thing for it. It was so funny. So yeah, that's another Breakarts stream. I've had way too much fun. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you've enjoyed it.